Hello peeps, I've forgotten my teeth, hold on. Hello guys, we're back. Another news, another update vlog for the 27th. Yes, I've had quite a few comments, so thank you very much guys. I hope everybody's okay. Sorry, I'm trying to get into the swing of this. Yes, we've had a number of viewers drop, or I've had not a lot of viewers on Westcountry. It seems that the new algorithm which has come out is messing up a lot of things. A lot of people's videos have been deleted, and there's all sorts of issues they've had apparently. I may continue some of these vlogs over on Scudo channel. I don't know as yet. Obviously because the numbers of views are dropping, or then the YouTube aren't sharing the videos, so obviously a lot of people are at home making videos, so they're not prioritising anything. So obviously if I'm going to do videos, and if they're going to be of help to anybody, then if nobody's going to watch them, it's not really much point me putting them up here. Yes, Google's headquarters were left quiet and eerie, according to The Guardian. They were urged to Twitter urged global staff to work from home. That was earlier this month, and I think they're all working from home now, as are most in I believe it's Dublin. Is it Dublin? I think it's Dublin where Google's headquarters are over in the EU, I believe. Might be wrong, but I think it is. Yes, so that's probably why that's probably why we're getting some issues with viewing and a few other bits and pieces. Yes, news. Yes, the Chancellor, I believe this evening, is about to announce more help for self-employed people. I believe at present they have to apply to, is it DWP or something? Don't know what that's going to involve. That will be issued later today. At the moment it's I'm recording this as of 3 o'clock yesterday, which is 3 o'clock on Thursday. Is it Thursday today? Yes, it is. So it'll be Friday when you're watching this one. So I'll put the details in the description down below if it's for any use to you. Spain extends its lockdown after we saw an increase in the last 24 hours with 655 deaths. That's a total of over 4,000 people that have died so far in Spain. Well, total of cases has risen from 47,000 reported cases to over 56,000 reported cases. That's in 24 hours. That's just mad. That's mad. That's just, you can't really believe it, can you really? Whereas Italy has been the worst hit country in Europe, so it is I believe the epicenter. It is the highest number so far, with over 7,500 deaths so far. Basically the idea is just to keep things in context, and as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is staying out of the way, staying away from people and just keeping your distance, we can reduce the virus, and the virus can't survive very long. So if it isn't spread, then it basically has no choice but to die out. I've put a link in the description down below. There's some life hacks that you can try to keep yourself calm and not panic too much. because basically a lot of the information that we're getting through the media tend to like to blow everything out of control, blow everything up as much as possible, and they like to dramatise everything, because that's basically how the media works. I mean, the idea of the media is to make views, because views is money. So if you over dramatise and make things out, put in lots of big words like death and terrorism and all the other words they can come up with, is to make people panic. And once the people start to panic, they want to listen further, so then they're getting more views. So my advice to people, I think, is just to have an hour a day. This is what I'm limiting myself to now. I'm just limiting myself to an hour in the evening. I do believe that the government is putting out daily broadcasts so that you can keep yourself up to date. So I believe the best bet is probably to watch those broadcasts, or watch maybe the 6 o'clock news or something like that, because obviously that's going to be repeated. The 6 o'clock news will obviously repeat the broadcast that was broadcast earlier. So limit yourself to an hour, because if you just keep watching it throughout the day, you're just going to make yourself more panicky. So I believe that's probably the best way to go. On a positive note, they put out an ask. They asked lots of people to volunteer to help the NHS, and they'd had over 500,000 people saying they'd like to help, which was really good. So it shows there's a lot of good people out there. Another bit of information for you. People working from home on their Wi-Fis. Ofcom have put out a statement saying try not to use your microwaves if you're using Wi-Fi within your home, because the Wi-Fi works on the same 2.4 frequency gigahertz as the Wi-Fi, and it can disrupt the Wi-Fi in your house. Ofcom released a list of tips to improve internet speed, which includes advice such as using wired connections to reduce interference, making sure your router is plugged to your main phone line socket, and moving your Wi-Fi router away from other electronic devices. The watchdog said that microwave ovens can cause interference to Wi-Fi signal, and advised people not to use their microwaves when you're making video calls, watching HD videos, or doing something important online. So there you go. So I didn't know that. I didn't know about the microwaves disrupting, but we try not to use the microwave too much anyway. So yes, so about an update as well on what we are and what we're supposed to be doing and what we're not supposed to do. When can we leave our house? We can go to the shops for basic necessities such as food and medicine, but delivery service should be utilised where possible. Now obviously that's a lot of your household items can be coming from Amazon and places like that. The online services, there's a lot of courier services which are still running, I believe. I've seen them here where I live. So that's probably the way to go, so you don't have to go out. We're only allowed to go for one form of exercise a day, for example a run, a walk or cycle. This must be conducted alone or with a member of your own family. Now me and my wife are doing that. My son's taking it in turns who he comes with. My wife takes Ellie out in the morning and I take her out at night, but she's getting quite depressed where she's not getting her run in the woods. She's definitely missing that, and she hasn't done that for 2 weeks now. It's definitely affecting her a little bit. Yes, you're also allowed to go out for medical requirements such as doctor appointments, blood donations, or to help vulnerable people. So Obviously, if you're helping the elderly or vulnerable people in any way, then you're allowed to go out to do that as well. You're allowed to travel to and from work, but only when the work cannot be done from home. This is key workers, including doctors, nurses and some teachers, will be allowed to use their usual transports or links to take their children to school. So basically only necessity. You only must go out if it is strictly a necessity. Right, what else have we got? That's about it for this one. If you'd like a bit of light-hearted entertainment, I do recommend you go over and have a look at Jannie's channel, which is the Hedgecombers. Again, I'll stick a link in the description down below, and you can go over and have a look. She's got her small holding or farm, and she goes out and she started to do a lot of daily vlogs, which I've enjoyed watching. So thank you very much, Jannie, mate, if you're watching this one. I don't think she does, but definitely go over and have a look at her vlogs that she's doing at the moment, because she's really making a good effort with it. So fair play to her. So thank you, mate, if you are watching. Like I say, I'll leave the link in the description down below, and you can go over and have a look. Yeah, that's it for today. So love and light, guys. Have a great rest of the day. Take care of yourself. Don't go out unless you have to. Please stay well, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog.